play a character called Sam in Starter Wife. He lives on a beach. He is a recovering alcoholic, and he's very reticent. He's what I would describe as a sort of back foot character, which is a sort of English expression for somebody who has got a lot of reserve. He doesn't give anything away. And what that makes people do in that situation, of course, when you meet somebody like that who's very reserved, it makes them talk, and they project onto that person what they want, how they want to be perceived. And I really was attracted to that because I'm quite front foot as a geezer. I kind of, I can't stop talking, and I like the fact that he was much more reticent in that way. He's flawed, and that makes him interesting, and there's a sort of deep centre to him. He's trying to get over the fact that whilst he was drunk, his best friend died in a car accident, and he blames himself wrongly, I think, because it could have been either of them driving that night, and so he lives on the beach. He's completely taken himself out of society, and I suppose in a way Deborah's character Molly reawakens the sort of the man in him, makes him start thinking that he can perhaps enter society again. So I suppose the love story element of it, or the love story with Molly, is his reintroduction to finding himself again, if that's not too I don't know what. I think that one of the things that I really understood about Sam's character was he'd done some things that were pretty crazy when he was younger that he wanted desperately to be able to change. And there's a couple of things in my background that I feel very similarly about, but there's nothing you can do about it, and you have to live with the person that you were, even though you may not be that person now, and because those actions live with you forever. So there are things that Sam is trying to conquer in his private life, and which is why he's completely isolated himself on the beach into this hermit-like existence. And I like that about him, and the fact that, as I said, he's so measured now. He's actually got like a wall in front of him. He won't let anybody in, and she's the first person to break that down, I suppose. In each episode, there's a couple of fantasy sequences where Molly kind of imagines herself in very famous films, or in situations where she's Dorothy in Wizard of Oz, or she is Kate Winslet in Titanic. One of them is Casablanca, and I get to play Humphrey Bogart, and she gets to play Ingrid Bergman. So we were shooting that at the airport when she leaves him and he lets her go, and I got to watch Casablanca again, which is, any reason to do that is pretty cool. And then 2 hours later, I was playing Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, where he's looking down the pit to get his dog back. So as well as there being a kind of nice, a serious essay on Hollywood and why it's kind of crazy and screwed up, there's also these silly kind of fantasies which are a kind of eulogy to Hollywood. When I got the script, Deborah was already attached, and so it's great when you know that, because you get to read the part with what you think somebody's interpretation is going to be on the top of it. And then once you know what it's like, once you've started reading something like that, you can't imagine anybody else actually playing the part. I can't imagine anybody else who could do it with the level of humour, but also kind of, she's quite fragile. She's not in real life at all, but she just brought a really beautiful sort of fragile energy to it. I think she's brilliant. She's very funny to work with on set. We get on very well, but she's also incredibly professional. She has got the most unbelievable schedule on this. It's she's in every frame of the film, and you turn up and she's just focused and she's on it. all the time, and she's consummate professional. She's brilliant, and I think she's going to make this very, very good indeed.